Quotes and estimates in Sage Accounting. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of creating and managing quotes and estimates. A quote is a document that tells a potential customer how much your product or service will cost. It should summarize the items you'll supply, including taxes and the final total. It becomes a binding contract once accepted by the customer and can be converted into an invoice. An estimate, on the other hand, provides an approximate cost for a product or service. It is understood by both parties that the price may change and is not guaranteed. Both quotes and estimates should be provided in writing, and neither will affect your account balances until they are accepted and converted into an invoice. To get started, from the navigation bar go to Sales, and click Quotes and Estimates. For this demonstration, we'll show you how to create a quote. The process for estimates is the same. From the top right-hand side, click New Quote. In the Customer box, select a customer from the drop-down list, or start typing the customer's name. If this customer is not one of your saved contacts, you can create a record for them by clicking Add a Customer. The Created Date box pre-populates with today's date, but you can amend it if needed by clicking the calendar icon and choosing the preferred date. The Expiration Date box is dynamic and, by default, is set to 30 days after the created date, but you can amend this date if required. Add a reference here, if applicable. The Invoice and Delivery addresses populate from the selected customer record. The invoice address is mandatory when creating quotes or estimates. If you don't have an address for the customer, simply enter No Address to create the quote or estimate. On the first line of the quote, select a product or service from the drop-down list or start typing its name to find it. If the product or service is not one of your saved items, you can create it on the fly by clicking Create Item. Alternatively, you can use the description option to type in the details for the item you want to add to the quote or estimate. The ledger account, price rate, and VAT rate are pre-populated based on the product or service record selected. You can amend the quantity hours and provide any discount if necessary, either as an amount or a percentage. If you aren't using a product or service record, add this information manually. Repeat this process on new lines for as many items as you need to add. If you want to charge your customer for delivery, enter the net amount in the carriage box and apply VAT, if applicable, for the shipping charges. Sage Accounting automatically calculates the total net, VAT, and gross amounts. The VAT is broken down by VAT rate. To view a further breakdown of the VAT included in your quote, click this link. A table opens that displays a full breakdown of the VAT for the items added, including the different VAT rates, and a breakdown of values for goods and services. To the left, the notes and terms and conditions pre-populate, if specified in your document preferences settings. If not, you can add them manually. To preview the quote before saving, click Preview. To exit the preview, click the X icon at the top right. Customize the quote further by using the Customize drop-down. Navigate to Templates and Logos or Document Preferences for further customization options. To add an attachment such as a brochure, click the paperclip icon and select the relevant file. You can add up to 10 attachments in PDF, GIF, JPG, JPEG, or PNG format, with a maximum size of 2.5 megabytes each. Choose which files are visible to the customer by toggling the visibility options. Please note, if you print your documents and manually send them, attachments will not be printed. However, if you email the document, the attachments are visible from the online link sent to the customer. You can save the quote as a draft to return to it later by selecting this checkbox. Alternatively, send this to your customer by choosing from Save, Save and Print, Save and New, or Save and Email. In this example, we'll save and email the quote to the customer. Before sending, you can view and edit the email details, which are pre-populated from the document preferences settings. Once you are happy with the information to email this quote to the customer, click Send. The newly created quote will now appear in the Quotes and Estimates list as pending. If you've sent a quote or estimate by email, your customer can easily accept or decline it directly from the email they receive. They can also leave a message when accepting or provide a reason when declining, giving you greater insights into their decision. You'll receive a notification in Sage Accounting with the customer's message and the outcome. Back in the quotes and estimates list, the status is now accepted by customer. To manage a quote from the list, click on the relevant one. The document timeline helps you keep track of the quote's progress. There are various actions available, such as creating the invoice, editing, copying, and downloading the quote. Please note, if you edit an accepted quote, the accepted status will be removed, and you should reissue the amended quote to your customer. For efficient management and timely invoicing, you can schedule project start and end dates by clicking Schedule. Set the date range and click Schedule. Add the start and finish date columns to the list by clicking the settings icon and selecting the checkboxes. The new columns enable you to track project timelines. Note that these dates are not shared with the customer, and by doing this the quote will be marked as accepted. Keep your list up to date by manually updating the status of quotes and estimates, especially if they are not sent directly from Sage Accounting. To do this, access the relevant pending quote or estimate from the list. From the right-hand side, mark it as accepted, accept and invoice, or declined. In this example, we'll accept and invoice the customer. This option automatically converts the quote or estimate into an invoice. Check and edit any details if needed. Optionally, to save this as a draft or pro forma, select the Save As checkbox. Note that saving as draft or pro forma will not update your accounts. In this example, we'll save the invoice by clicking Save. We've successfully converted a quote into an invoice. Returning to the quotes and estimates list, you can see that the status of the invoiced quote has now been updated. For bulk actions such as printing, emailing, downloading a CSV, opening a PDF, or deleting, select quotes or estimates using the checkboxes and choose the required action from the menu. Note that you can't copy multiple quotes or estimates simultaneously. This must be done on an individual basis. For further information, visit our Help Center. You've now learned how to create and manage quotes and estimates in Sage Accounting.